Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in the last video, my son and I went to Pocono Mountains, Pennsylvania, and we did a little bit of light off-roading there. The trail was very easy, and then at the end of the video, it became a little more difficult. It got really narrow, slippery, and a little rocky. So we got stuck, and then we had to turn around and go back to the main trail. So once we were back on the main trail, we found another way, but that way turned out to be blocked by a bunch of trees, and it was just impassable. So that made me realize that if I had a winch, I would probably be able to pull those trees away from the trail and just go right through. So I went out and I invested in a winch. So let me show you which winch I got, and we're going to try to install it today. So what we have here is a Spar winch from Overland Vehicle Systems with a wireless remote and a synthetic line, which is a plus because it makes the winch a little lighter. So let's get it unboxed and let's install it. This was everything that was in the box. It was actually very nicely packed. I did take a look at the instruction manual. It's not very detailed, but all the wires are color coded, so you know which wire goes where. You can see in the back of the winch, everything is color coded, so you know how to connect it. It's actually pretty self-explanatory. So let's head over to the Jeep and get this thing installed. All right guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to install this control box on top of the winch, and that's going to be secured by those 4 bolts that were supplied with the kit. And what you're going to need is you're going to need 5/32 hex wrench, and we're just going to line that up, put the bolt in there, and secure it with those 4 bolts. All right, now that we got the electrical box installed, we're going to bring the winch over to the Jeep. So one of the things I have on my bumper, my front bumper, is this blue accent plate right over here. And I don't want to get rid of that, but for today, we're just going to take it off. And then another day, I'm going to cut out a hole here for the fair lead and install it back on. So for now, let's just take it off and put the winch on. Alright guys, so after a few modifications and cuts, this is what we came up with. Now all that's left to do is to install this back on the Jeep. Alright, so I got the winch in, but it wouldn't fit through here. So I had to take the radiator off, and 2 of those metal things, I don't even know what they are. I guess some kind of a radiator protector. I had to take those 2 things off that were right here, and then it just slipped right through from the top. So let's continue the install. All right, now that we got the winch secured, let's go ahead and install the wires. And the long one is going to go to the battery, and then the rest is connect it to the winch with this little ground wire. All right, let's go ahead and continue. All right, now that everything is connected, all the wires are where they're supposed to be. All the connections are there. The 2 wires to the battery. Now the only thing we have left now is to put the grill back on. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, we just finished installing the winch, and this is the final product. As you see, the blue plate was customized. All we gotta do is just put a license plate on and we're all set. So see you next time.